is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Yeah. We're back, everybody. People said we weren't coming back.
Yes, sir.
People said we were going to go away for spring
rumors
break.
were out there
and
they
never
were
come back.
swirling about.
Well, too bad for you.
Too bad, and 200 reviews.
Oh, we've done
We
it.
did it. We did it.
We were at 199 before
For a
we
long
left.
time.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Nope.
Okay.
No, hold on.
I'm Dan. That's Bran.
All right, Aaron,
Welcome
take
to
it away.
DCOM Descendants.
Aaron, I understand you wrote a poem to celebrate 200
right.
reviews, so I will allow you to not do that poem.
You do get emotional. You've done this before.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I tried to do it in show prep and I didn't make it through.
No, it didn't make it.
They said we couldn't do it, but we did it. 200, baby. Yay.
Was the yay a part of it? Because I don't remember the yay.
No, the yay is so that I don't cry.
signify the-
It's so I don't
yeah.
cry. Yeah.
Yeah, really
Our
good.
reviews from Freckle-Faced Cat.
Amen. I've been waiting for them.
Better late than never. I meant to write this before your 100th episode, but as a single at-home mom, SAHM, is that what that is?
Stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom, great. As a stay-at-home mom, my weekend life got away from me.
That's true.
As it usually does. Somehow we fast
You're doing
forwarded
the
to the
most.
200th episode before I actually sat down to do it. But hey, as the saying goes, better late than never.
Yeah.
I grew up during the absolute prime DCOM era. Smart House, Motocross,
Yes.
Halloween Town,
She
Cadet
gets it.
Kelly, the whole lineup. So the early episodes were basically a nostalgia time machine, and I loved every minute of it. Now we've reached the phase of the podcast where you're covering movies I've never actually seen, and somehow I'm still fully invested. Turns out it's just as fun listening to you all talk about them. Also, I genuinely love the DCOM Daily Minute. It keeps me weirdly up to date on the lives of my favorite childhood actors, which is information I definitely didn't know I needed, but now cannot live without. Keep up the great work, and apologies again for this slightly delayed 200th episode review. At this rate, I'll be right on time for the 300th.
There you go.
Thank you, Freckle-Faced Cat.
Dan, I want you to chime in on something really quick.
Please.
As somebody
Yeah,
who had not
absolutely.
seen any of these going
Yes.
into it.
Yeah.
She described the golden age of DCOM, which is how I think, Aaron, both you and I would
would
also
disagree with that statement.
So when do you, that's what I was going to ask. When would you say is the golden age of DCOM?
Here's what I would say is those movies from that era are all super high points in a very feast or famine era of DCOM. So like, I think because they made because of the structure of how it was done back then, it might feature the best and the worst of DCOM. Cause like they're surrounded by some of if you looked at my list, the top of my list would have those movies, but the bottom of my list would also have a lot of those movies.
And I
Whereas
think-
the last 4 years contain a lot of movies that are like 20 to 60. So I don't know how to me, like when you say golden age of television,
Yeah.
the reason it was the golden age was because Mad Men was on, Breaking Bad was on, and there weren't 1,000 streaming shows that all sucked, right? So like there's still television as good as Breaking Bad and Mad Men and those shows on now, but there's a saturated market, so I can't call it the golden age. If I in the same year, and I don't know if this is true, watched Halloween Town and Ring of Endless Light, I can't call it the golden age for me, but I didn't grow up in it. So I see how she got there, but for me, I would rather take like this movie today isn't as good as the movies she named on her list. It's also not as bad as at least half of the movies we watched back then.
That's
so
true.
that makes it tough for me.
I would say I think it's the golden age of DCOMs purely for where it was and like the cultural zeitgeist
Okay.
at the time.
Okay.
Like DCOMs, at least like for me, and I don't know necessarily, there is a slight age difference between you and me, Bran. But for me, like it was appointment TV watching. Like
Yeah.
Friday night at
Yeah.
8 hit and I was on my couch so excited for this new movie. Like
It's the
Disney.
only time you could watch it.
Right, because it would
Yeah.
maybe air again like
Yeah.
the following week, but like they did a really good job of, you know, the earlier DCOMs maybe not quite advertising them super well, but when you hit this like pinnacle where, and I know I've talked about it before, but like they would take their actors and, you know, they would do movie surfers was a group of like child news anchors who would go behind the scenes on the upcoming DCOM. And, so you were just really getting it from all angles. So by the time the movie aired, you were just like, yes, I'm so excited. You've been pushing this movie at me for a month now. And then eventually that went away. And they stopped. They were just like, all right, you get it. There's a DCOM coming out. But there was this like pinnacle of time where, and especially like when movies like Right on Track and Motocross, like when those were all coming out, it was exciting for me as, a preteen girl to be like, oh, look at these cool things that, girls are out here doing. Like these are based on true stories and look at them go. And so I just think that was, for me, that was a great time of TV.
That's a fair argument. And I think if that you lived it, that makes perfect sense that it was appointment television. And I will say, like, if you look at my top 10, like, let's call it pre-2005. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Sure. Right? Yeah. So like Motocross, Cadet Kelly, Phantom of the Megaplex, Johnny Tsunami, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, Get a Clue, all six. So I six, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those movies. Where was Scream Team? Scream Team is that?
Team's in there.
Scream Team is 2002. Okay. So 7 of my top 10 are pre-2005. So by that argument, you would say, yes, the best of the best were in that era. But if you look at my bottom 5, my bottom 10, I bet you would find a similar outcome. Yeah. Stepsister from Planet Weird, Buffalo Dreams, Tiger Cruise, Z3, The Jenny Project, Rip Girls. Like these True Confessions, these movies are all also in that era. But if I lived it, I 100% get your argument. So like, what's weird is I think
I stand by Rip Girls not being a bottom 10. You can inherit an island.
I think what's crazy is that both 7 of 10 of my bottom 10 and 7 of 10 of my top 10 are both pre-2005.
But it was also a period of time where they were making one every month.
That's right.
Right now, we're like maybe getting one a year.
So that was my whole thing was it's the reverse of now. Whereas people say the golden age of television is because you had to seek out those television shows. Which is kind of your argument of like you still had, it was kind of appointment television. Whereas now there are great television shows being released every month, but there's like 30 TV shows being released every month. There's 3 new shows on HBO. My wife and I decided to start a new show last night. It was like, which of these HBO shows do we want to start? And it used to be like,
heated rivalry.
There used to be the new season of one HBO show would start.
There's too much. And I will say, like, when I hear, it's been a minute, but what was the most recent DCOM? Was it Rise of Red?
I don't know.
Or was it the Christmas movie? Whatever. The point is
Zombies 4.
Okay. But it's just like, knowing that I can watch it whenever I want on the app does take away that excitement, because then I don't watch it. Yeah. I do miss when it was like, because there was the whole jingle of like, let's watch a Disney Channel movie, and they would do this whole thing, and you would sit down and be like, yeah, we're doing it, like. Yeah. And I just remember being so excited for this, like Friday night, 8 p.m. I'm on my couch, I've got a snack. This is how our weekend starts. Yeah. And now it's just kind of like, well, you can stream it anytime. And I'm like,
that's like my TGIF, which like if it like Brandon's not gonna like this, but if you take the fact that Friday night was the time when kids were allowed to watch TV, and for my era, and I didn't have Disney Channel, I had 4 channels. Literally, that was an amazing. If you take those shows out of that time frame and put them on a Tuesday or whatever, they're not even that good. Most of them.
Well, I will say,
and so it's one of those things where you're like the Friday night of it all made it this thing where it's like I'm staying up later. I've got my lineup with Family Matters and Boy Meets World. Like that was what made it so special. So I get that. I get that 100%.
Lizzie McGuire is the first show that I remember opening up the paper TV guide to figure out when that show aired.
Hell yeah.
And then I was gonna say wasn't so much into TGIF because I think my nights were Disney Channel, but I loved One Saturday Morning. I would watch my Disney Channel movie Friday night. I'd get up Saturday morning. They'd play that One Saturday Morning jingle, and then I would watch cartoons all morning. And there's, I don't know who's doing it, and it's probably like not like a super legit poll, but I keep getting these ads for this like, what's the best, Disney cartoon show? And in the first round, Pepper Ann gets knocked out, and I understand Pepper Ann is not a
I
great
don't
show,
even know what that is.
but it was Pepper Ann. She's too cool for 7th grade. Yeah, it was part of one Saturday morning, and so when I saw that she got knocked out in the first round, I was like, "How dare you?"
Speaking of which, I have a DCOM Daily Minute, but I feel like we need to move. I have a DCOM Daily Minute. That's a big deal.
We got time.
Well, let's do DCOM Daily Minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's start with-
Aaron, you had one.
Oh yeah.
You got one.
So, for this movie that we're watching today stars Peyton List. She was on the Disney Channel show Jessie with Debbie Ryan. Debbie Ryan played the nanny for Jessie and her sibling, for Peyton and her siblings.
Okay.
And
I didn't even know that's where Peyton List got her start.
And they just had a reunion in New York City. So Debbie and Peyton.
Well, that's cool.
The actor Kevin Chamberlain, who played the security guard.
There you go.
And then one of the other
new mom, Debbie Ryan, too.
One of the other siblings. The 4 of them got together in New York City and they had dinner and kind of spent the night. And Debbie
spent the night together?
Well, like walking around NYC and just like hanging out.
Slumber party.
But then Debbie posted how like it's been almost 10 years since that show, and she was like, I can't believe these kids who I was basically like their nanny on this show, like they're now just full adults.
How about
so there you go.
That's crazy.
They're hanging out. Disney
They're
Channel
hanging
stars.
out.
They're friends. Dan, you had a minute?
I somehow got, I think it's because the algorithms heard me talking about DCOMs, but I saw that there was some drama where Raven Simone gave her Mount Rushmore of DCOM actors.
It's picking up.
And included Shia in that list. And then a bunch of folks, Christy Carlson Romano being one of them, have come out to be like, you cannot put Shia LaBeouf on the Mount Rushmore of DCOM stars. And it's this big thing where all of these former DCOM stars are giving their opinion on this, because Raven came out and said it was her, I believe it was her, Duff, Shia, and
well, are we doing DCOMs or are we doing Disney Channel actors?
Disney Channel.
Disney Channel actors.
Shia should be on that list.
So it's
that's Raven, Hillary Duff, Shia LaBeouf,
and then there was one other one. I think maybe it was was it her? I don't remember who. I now have to look it up.
Miley?
It might have been Miley. Yes, that's who it
probably
was.
the list.
That's who she said. She said it like very nonchalantly, like this is a no-brainer. And then others have come out and been like, no. And I don't know if that.
Yeah, it was Hillary. It was Raven, Hillary, Shia, Miley.
Yes.
That's the list.
And so
if you were to ask me, that'd be the list.
So what's crazy is that I obviously didn't watch any of it, and I do think if you looked at number of episodes and impact and blah blah what they went on to do, I mean, the only argument I think you could make here is Zendaya and Lindsay Lohan, but they didn't spend nearly as much time on the Disney Channel. I think if you have a limit for how much time they had to spend on the Disney Channel, then I think that probably is the list. I think some of the pushback is Shia LaBeouf shouldn't be talked about. I think that may have been Christy Carlson Romano's point, but I could be wrong on that.
Demi spoke out, and I think Demi as
well. Yeah,
Demi was, I think, more of the like, I should be on the Mount Rushmore.
Yes, I think she just was upset because she's like, I'm Demi Lovato. Someone pay attention. Yes, yes.
Well, I do think. Yeah.
I mean, there is. It's tough because you get into that argument of like, hey, someone was really great at this period of time.
I mean, Zendaya is, if you are arguing cultural impact, Zendaya has to be on that list.
Well,
but I'm not. I'm not arguing.
Yes,
I'm not arguing cultural impact. I'm arguing who made the Disney Channel what it is
at the time.
At the time,
yeah, that's a different argument. I think.
And so I think if you had, right after, when it becomes part of the cultural zeitgeist, there, I think that's your Mount Rushmore. And then I think you figure out a way to edit that Mount Rushmore.
Well, I think you can easily say if you think Shia LaBeouf's problematic, he is. If you think that, it's very easy. If you like, Raven Simone hasn't done anything in years, guys. Right. For me, you can put Selena Gomez and Zendaya, two of the most popular celebrities in the world, guys, who started on Disney Channel. You can easily put those two in for Shia and Raven, and your list does not get worse.
Yeah.
Right? Like they just weren't on as much. If your argument is they weren't on the channel as much, then okay. Then I would say that's fine. But like Zendaya had a TV show on there, didn't she?
She had two.
Yeah.
Two. And she was in 3 movies?
Yeah, clearly Raven. Zendaya should I would probably slot Zendaya in.
And Selena Gomez had a show, right?
Yeah.
You should just show a
She-
bunch of
Okay,
movies.
yeah.
Um,
Zendaya, Selena Gomez, Hilary Duff, and then who was the fourth? Oh, Miley
Miley?
Cyrus. Yeah, done and done. All in, all done. Easy. But I don't disagree. Your argument is fair. I think your argument is fair, Brand, which is like, and also Raven and
But also, if I'm just thinking about just like acting as a child on the network,
those two were amazing.
yeah.
They may have been better child actors than adult actors. Raven definitely.
Shia was phenomenal.
She was. He was. Yes.
well, because Ravens has talked about how she doesn't really remember acting. It was like it was like like she would like black out and just kind of go through her stuff. But recently I was listening to a podcast that she was on, and they played a song for her. They're playing this game of like, can you figure out who the artist is if we just play you a clip of a song? And they played a clip of the part I watched was they played a clip of a song, and Raven just like tears the lyrics apart. She's like, these are so dumb. Like who would do this? You know, like these, and she's
Was
like,
it her?
and it was her. It was her song.
Of course.
But she was like, these make no sense. Like who sang this? And they were like, and then they weren't saying anything. They're like, you really don't remember this? And she was like, oh my God, is this me? They're like,
That's
yes.
funny.
That's wild. I guess
But
we should talk about the movie.
But also, like, go back and watch. Well, don't go back and watch. But if you were to go back and watch Raven on like the Cosby Show, holy cow! Like,
Yeah. Man, yeah.
phenomenal.
No question.
Go and listen to the Diss List, child actors from
right.
back in the day.
Yeah.
We talk about Raven's fun.
And last DCOM Daily Minute, you guys are real excited about the Hannah Montana special.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have
No,
no clue.
I
I didn't know it was a thing.
I was never a big Hannah Montana fan, nor was I a big Miley fan. I would probably I would take Miley off to Mount Rushmore if
I will say
push came to shove.
this is a hot take,
My
but Hannah Montana 2 Meet Miley album, Miley's best album, Miley's
Slaps,
best
man.
album. I did go. I was not a huge Hannah Montana person simply because of my age when it came out. Like it was around that time where
How have
I
we
was
not watched the Hannah Montana movie? Isn't there a Hannah Montana?
but it went to
It's a theater.
theaters.
It's a theater. Same reason we didn't
great.
watch
Dodge that
High School
bullet.
Musical 3.
Yeah.
Instead, we watched
But
Sharpay's Big
I did, when the Hannah Montana concert went to theaters, I did go with a couple of my friends to watch that. And it was a great time. It's a great album. And I'm excited. I love the ploy. You know, now Miley's coming out with, there actually wasn't a special. I just started promoting a special so Disney would make a special. And so now they're making a special.
I love it.
There you go. Well, congratulations.
And it'll be exciting to kind of revisit.
So what's the red carpet thing I'm seeing pictures of? Did they do a thing to celebrate?
This has been the DCOM Daily Hour.
Yeah, hey, listen, when there's news, baby.
Do we have a delish or are we just going to skip?
I mean, I had a funny delish.
All right, do a funny delish.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but there has recently been a show that's been very popular on the good old HBO called Heated Rivalry.
What? I've not heard anything about it.
I know you guys still haven't seen it. That's
I've not watched it yet.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
So anyway, two of
So
the
cool, man.
actors in Heated Rivalry are in the swap.
Hockey players.
Hockey players.
Really?
One of the brothers,
Okay.
not Stryker, the one that's not Stryker.
Yep.
He plays Hayden Pike.
Okay.
And then the lead guy, what's his name? Josh or something? His best friend
Yep.
Got you.
is Carter Vaughn on the show. So
Carter Vaughn.
they're kind of, you know, the
What's
second
the
tier.
delish?
What's the delish?
Because this sounds like another DCOM Daily Minute.
Sounds like we're still here.
We're just talking about news. Your delish is going to be a tuna melt, guys. You're just going to go home and make a tuna melt, and you're going to watch this movie, and then you're going to stream all 6 episodes of Heated
All
Rivalry.
6 episodes of Heated Rivalry.
There you go.
Great.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down some more here on
DCOM Descendants.
I don't know what I said.
I almost said DCOM Daily Minute.
DCOM Daily Minute. It's a new show we're doing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Today we're talking about the swap.
Are we?
You wouldn't
Yeah,
know
we
it by
are.
the first
No,
20 minutes,
no.
but we are talking about the swap.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have
So
a
much
ton
news.
written down about this movie, so it might be a normal.
That's because they don't look at anything, Brandon. These two people swap bodies, and they're like, we're not looking
These
at
two
anything.
high schoolers.
Is that not? They brought that into this movie. They brought in.
We
the
were
fact.
prepared not to.
We were
talk
prepared.
about
We
it.
were prepared not to talk about it
at all. And
They
they
make
bring
her go
in
to
what is the guy's name? We've got Ellie and what's
Jack.
Jack.
It's Jack
I
and
called
Ellie.
him, I
from
called
Cobra
him,
Kai.
I called him
Jack
Josh.
in Ellie's body. They make him
big
go
deal.
to a doctor's for a physical.
For a physical.
And he goes, I didn't look.
They switched bodies for 3 days. You got to go to the bathroom sometime. I'm just saying.
He didn't look.
He didn't look. They didn't look at anything.
And he at the end of the movie he talks about how when they switch back that he had clothes, a swimsuit over top, which
He didn't look
you
at
still
anything.
have to put those on.
He didn't look at anything.
He got the crazy. Good for
So
them, though.
dumb.
Good for those high schoolers.
Well, they make a big deal. He makes a big deal about how like I didn't look or whatever, and then he makes a comment about it, and then you see him in the bathtub, and I was like, "What are we doing here?" And then
Dude,
he's in a bathing suit in the bathtub.
when she kind of lifts up, I was like, "Uh-oh." And then she's in the
Like, here's the thing is, body swap comedy, pretty normal thing. If you want to do this at a DCOM, just don't acknowledge
Don't
it.
acknowledge
Yeah.
it.
Just act like that is not.
and that's what we were prepared to do.
We were all prepared to do it.
They
and
made
then
it a
you
part
made
of
a
the
third
story.
of this movie that. But you didn't look at anything.
Didn't look at
Yeah,
anything.
and I guess and she doesn't make any comment about looking or not looking. So
Yeah,
But she consistently is wearing like a towel under her armpits. And like,
yeah, I thought that one was just force of habit.
yeah, but still there is an implication that she's also not looking at anything.
She didn't say it though, so she looked.
How do you not? If you're a guy, I don't know. Like the problem is
Well,
that
that's
like,
like-
just using the restroom, there would be
Well,
no
I
way.
feel like I could go to the restroom and not look. And
Yes, but I cannot.
right.
It would be very.
Right.
I
It
mean,
would be
she
unsanitary.
for sure looked.
She for sure looked.
She for
but
sure
they're
looked.
acting like she didn't look.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
you might go into our restroom and think that we don't look,
but we didn't look.
but we look.
And
that's
that's
us
still
trying.
our
That's us
hardest.
that's trying our hardest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I like, but
Jack
they
was
brought it
above
up.
board. Jack was just trying to be above board.
They brought
middle
it up.
school, high school boy.
The sophomore high school boy, he didn't
Yeah.
look.
He didn't look.
He didn't
He
look.
didn't look. He didn't
And he
look.
wants you to know that. Good
for him.
This movie wants you to know
Awesome. October 7th, 2016
And
is
at
when this
22
movie came
minutes
out.
in, we're going to talk about the movie.
It was a part of Monstober.
Yes, which is so weird.
which is not a Halloween
No
movie.
part of
but-
this
Not
movie
even a
was
little bit.
Halloween.
But
I think
whatever.
I'd be mad
It also-
if you put this movie on and I'm like,
Yeah. It's a 90-minute body swap.
when are
movie.
they going to be monsters?
But also, apparently, this movie was promoted as the 100th DCOM, which means, I guess, that confirms that Sharpay was not a DCOM, would be my guess.
Oh, I thought this was, well, I guess if it was promoted as that,
I mean,
That's-
we got a couple.
but
that we've
I've
watched
seen
that are-
I've seen things saying that like, this is the 101st. So.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't. This is
They
from
changed the timeline. They changed the timeline. They added in.
The swap from the Disney Channel fandom says, where is it down? Is it up here?
Yeah, we have
Or is it
101.
Yeah.
or is it
Uh,
Tangled?
uh,
Because
T-
we've skipped Tangled.
No, we skip Tangled next week.
Next week we skip
Oh,
Tangled. But
okay.
also, do we count under wraps and they don't? Could that be it?
No, Under
Didn't
Wraps
they
is
scrub
the,
under wraps?
no Under Wraps is the first decom.
Okay.
A teaser promo aired during the. I'm sorry. Just ignore everything that I said.
Ignore
Great.
it.
Ignore it. It doesn't matter. He doesn't host the show. It's fine.
No, a teaser promo aired during the 100th Disney Channel movie Adventures in Babysitting, promoting this movie. Ignore everything I said.
Cool.
Should we just start over?
Hate myself. All right. What was I saying? Oh, this movie.
October months.
We're still trying to get into the plot of this
We'll
movie.
get it.
It is based on a book.
They
They swapped
switch.
by Megan Scholl, Aaron's favorite author. Written by Charlie.
She's not on my Mount Rushmore.
Written by Charlie Shanahan and Cherie Simpson, directed by a whole slew of people. I'm sorry, produced by a slew of people, and then starring Peyton List and Jacob Bertrand. How would you say
Bertrand. That's how you say it.
Bertrand.
Bertrand.
We meet Ellie O'Bree. She is a part of the twirling team. What the rhythmic gymnastics.
who are competing with badminton for space
Yes.
in sports in high school.
That's right. Apparently, the rhythmic
and
gymnastics.
they practice in the same space.
That's right.
space.
Same time.
They are at risk of getting cut. One of those two teams is getting cut.
And
It's
to
a
be
big-
fair, of the sports that high schools almost certainly do not have,
Well,
badminton, rhythmic
when
gymnastics.
the movie opened,
those are clubs.
when I will say, when the movie opened and you see him playing hockey and her with her rhythmic gymnastics, and then the coach is like, one of the teams is getting cut. My first thought was, there's no way they're putting rhythmic gymnastics up against hockey.
Hockey's making the money.
And then she mentions badminton, and I said, okay.
Oh, there it is.
But also, and I want to be clear, this will happen later in this movie. If you are a rhythmic gymnast or an ice hockey player, you should be very offended by this movie because they basically think you can learn that sport in 3 days or under. So there's that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
One good night, an all-nighter, and you can learn these
That's
things.
right.
Okay.
Just an afternoon of practice.
Well, I
and
do
a
think they
montage.
try to play it off as like muscle memory.
Of course, which is maybe worse. It's no brain. It's just all muscle memory. You know, you don't need to think to play those
Well,
sports.
like once you know the moves, your body will
Just
remember
takes
how
over.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thinking
I would
involved.
say
It does-
this is maybe
bringing a
I
question
think
to science
this
and
is a
body
hot
swaps.
take, and I'm sorry to any rhythmic gymnast out there.
Uh-oh.
I think it would be easier to learn her ribbon routine.
To
than
learn
it-
one routine.
to, to learn one routine
yes.
than to try
And free play a game.
to
Yes.
free play a
Because you
game
don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
where
I
where
agree.
anything could happen.
Yeah.
Like if you spend all night doing the same routine over and over and over again, are you winning a medal? I don't know, but you're at least
Probably
getting.
not. I still think you have to use your brain that she doesn't have.
Yeah, but like you're still getting out there and you're doing something
There's
passable.
no way that he's getting out there and playing hockey having not played his whole life.
No,
He couldn't skate on Friday.
As
and on
someone who
Saturday-
grew up
Skating.
figure
That's right.
skating, if
Yes.
you put me in hockey skates, it would be a nightmare.
Yes.
But I could probably learn a ribbon dance, a passable ribbon dance to beat the badminton team.
It's like learning one song on the piano. If you don't try
Yeah.
to learn piano, you just memorize.
My
the
heart will
thing.
go on, baby. If
right.
anybody ever needs that played, you
There
let
you
me
go.
know.
You got it.
I've got 3 songs in my repertoire. I'm happy to play them.
We then meet Jack Malloy. He is the son of the hockey coach. He is trying to be
Bargain Jason Sudeikis? Is that
yeah, I guess so. And he is
all movie long. I kept being like, is that? No, it's not.
He calls his dad coach because he has to. His dad, he has 3 sons, and the 2 oldest ones are very excited because this is the year that Jack is going to be able to try out for varsity. But don't think his dad's going to just give it to him. He's going to have to work really hard for this. So,
As I kind of wish I had watched this movie with you guys just for all the sports questions I had. Do tryouts typically happen for one spot?
I got to be honest. This movie, the only thing it takes less seriously than sports is high school boys. I don't understand. Is this the beginning of the year tryout? There's this weird thing where there's a tryout and there's one spot available, and there's also this senior who's like 8 feet tall that's good at hockey but never made the team.
He's not good at hockey.
He's not. He thinks he's good at hockey,
But because he's like every year I get beat out by one of your brothers, and it's like, are we just auditioning or not trying out?
yes,
like
we're auditioning.
trying out for one spot every year? Because it's like, hey, the brothers didn't beat you out. The whole team did. Like there's like.
I don't understand. And like the previous year's squad just gets to make it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
If
they don't have
you're-
to. They don't have to try out. Like that's what I was like. They
yes.
don't have to try out
That's
again.
right.
But
If-
Porty could definitely be an enforcer. Like Porty doesn't have to be like
Yeah, we've
great
all
at-
seen the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
But also the idea that you're just not accounting for the fact if you had a team of 12 guys and 4 graduated and 8 are returning, the fact that those 8 just get to be on the team is crazy, because if all of a sudden you had a great freshman class
You gotta
and you had 5 great freshmen and you can only keep 12 guys, whatever, you have to cut one of those guys. You can't
Yeah.
just decide you made
That
it
was
once,
the
you
part
made it
that I
every
was like,
time.
I was like, are we trying to fill like a special position? Like, did somebody move and now we need a new like?
someone died.
Because like even if someone moved mid school
This
year,
is why boys have it so tough. You know what I mean? This is why white guys have it so
you
tough.
don't have just like 12 people on the team. There's like 20 or so people on the team. Like if one kid moves, you've got a backup. You don't need to have mid-year tryouts. So like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's not good. And it's not really important either.
Well, it's very important to
but it's like they
Porter.
don't treat it as important. They
Porter
just,
treats it as important.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they just kind of are like, this is the setup that we've given you, and it doesn't make any sense.
So despite the fact that
And tryouts are on Sunday.
Yeah.
despite the fact that Jack is boy and Ellie is girl, they do have one thing in common. They both have lost a parent. Now, Jack's mom passed away a year ago. Ellie's dad just doesn't want to be a part
Just
of
took off
her
with his
life.
new family.
Yes.
But they both keep phones because of that.
Yes. So she has this phone
T9 word, shut
that her dad is still paying for. And it's a T9 situation. You
Flip
get it.
phone, T9 word,
And
2016. Yes.
it's kind of like hey, this is like
the last vestige.
the last thing. Like,
of-
my dad's still paying for this. He still cares about me in some way, basically. And then saying
it that way makes it sound so much more of a reason to hold on to that phone.
Yeah.
Like, when I read the premise, I was like, well, this is dumb. And then when you watch Jack, his phone gets broken, and it's just kind of like you have to use this phone for a little while. That made sense to me. I was like, all right, this is not his everyday phone.
Yeah. He's
just got this for a few days, and it's special because it's his mom's, but he's not like using it. It's not his phone.
Yes.
And then when I watched her, I was like, when the synopsis that I read online said like it's her dad's old phone, and I was like, okay, well, that's just like a weird.
No, there was a sentimental reason
But
for
saying,
it.
but like putting it that way, where it's like he's still paying for the phone, and
kinda
therefore
like
it's
tricking yourself into
Correct.
thinking that he still
Yes.
cares and loves you. That's a good.
Yeah.
I wish the movie had said it that way.
So they're both struggling, is what I'm trying to say, and they both end up in the school nurse's office for different reasons.
An amazing nurse's office, because I was convinced it was
massive.
the library.
It's the cafeteria.
Really impressive.
It's
nurse's
huge.
office.
It's big.
For a nurse who hates being a nurse, she's got a great
She's
office.
crushing it.
So
You gonna cry about it?
little baby. So they both get into an argument with each other. Obviously, both of them do because it's with each other, and about who has it worse, boys or girls. An argument as old as time, and we all know the answer to the question: who has it worse? We'll answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All
boys.
teenagers.
So they go from.
Teenagers in general.
So
Yeah.
Your
the-
hormones are not fair to you, and we're sorry.
That's true. So the nurse tells him to stop arguing.
You're never going to convince me that the white dude has it the worst. Or even Todd. Sorry.
So the
I mean, he's dealing with some parent things, but like blonde girls actively getting bullied by someone she thought was her best friend.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
and her name is Sassy.
Sassy.
All right. Okay. So the school nurse is like, "Shut up! Stop arguing with each other." So they go to
argue via text.
That's right.
So they start arguing.
And you
via
guys have
text.
each other's numbers. That's great.
Yep. Easy. We
Yeah,
knew
which
that.
is nice. So they are now texting about it, and
I wish I had your life. Same time, switch bodies.
Yes, that's exactly.
Same.
Zap, zap. Blue, pink, zap, zap.
Guys, I don't know the tech. I don't know how it works, but when they both texted each other, "I wish I had your life." Like lightning, blue lightning,
Blue
pink
for
lightning,
boy, pink for girl.
obviously. Swap,
In case
bada bing,
in case
bada
you want to
boom.
get confused about who was who.
When he comes to in her body and sees that his nails are painted, he's into it, which I liked that little tip of the hat.
Maybe the only real progressive thing about this movie.
He was just like, who
All right.
painted my nails?
Honestly,
Okay.
not bad,
Yeah.
not bad. So over the course of the next 3 to 5 minutes, they figure out what happened, and they have it. They've figured out. This is a classic.
Less than that.
This is maybe 2 minutes.
I've seen a lot of body swap movies, guys. I'm serious. It is a common trope of comedy movies. This is the quickest. It's under 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because
The quickest that they figure out not just what happened. That usually
How
happens
it
quickly.
happened. How it happened.
How it happened. This is the quickest I've ever seen two people go, the phones must be a totem.
Right.
And and they nail it on the first try.
Right.
Like
We love it.
luckily,
usually most of the movie is trying to figure out
What happened?
how did we, not this movie, they crack it immediately. And we still got
Yeah.
like a 90-minute
Yeah.
movie.
Well, luckily her mom was talking to her about
About
totems.
totems.
Yes. Yeah.
So worked out well.
Yeah.
So they now have to figure out kind of what they're going to do, how they're going to operate over the next however long, and we know we got big things going on. He's going to have to try out. She's going to have to try out now in his place.
That's right.
For the varsity team. And he's going to have to do ribbons in her place.
Yes.
Sorry,
Rhythmic gymnastics. How dare you?
Sorry,
but
thank
also,
He's
there
going
it
to
is.
have to do
He's
ribbons.
gonna do ribbons. One of them's going to have to play a real sport. One of them's going to have to do ribbons.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan. You said it.
And the other thing
both
is,
of those sports are Olympic sports.
also this particular sophomore boy who doesn't look at anything cannot talk to teenage girls.
Yeah.
He didn't look.
He didn't look at anything,
look.
but also it's above board. But also, I want to be clear before they switch, cannot talk. So not like I'm an awkward teenager who thinks I'm doing a good job talking to girls, but I'm really struggling and it doesn't sound great and it's actually embarrassing. He can't. He's like Raj in The Big Bang. He can't talk.
Yeah.
He just goes.
And what's crazy is
So
all
that's
the
tough.
girls are into him.
And that's what I was going to get
Sassy's
to.
into him.
All the girls,
This other girl
love this shorter dude that cannot speak.
with a really bad wig on.
Yeah. Well, my favorite part is when Ellie's like, "Wait, you like Jack? Like, when did that happen?" And it's like he's all over her vision board, and they're like, "Go get him." And like Sassy walks up to that group of boys, and I'm like, "You look at that group of boys, and I'm sorry, but like Jack is
Yes. And so this kid
Jack.
is
What is that?
She also doesn't know how to talk to boys.
That's right. But at least she can use words.
Yeah.
And form a sentence. He's in 10th grade and is yet to master sentence. And so you got to keep that in mind because now it appears that the Peyton List character can't talk to girls.
Right.
And so now we have this
We got a
problem,
problem.
where Sassy is into Jack and now believes that her former best friend is trying to steal Jack, this boy that every girl wants that can't talk to girls.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So yeah, there's a lot of like when when I say he, just know I'm talking about her and his body.
Got it.
Okay. So when he goes home, like his house, his dad is all like, we're going to work out. We're going to do all this stuff. And it's very like boys don't cry, stuff like that. Like that's the household that Jack is growing up. So she's like taking all this in, has to adapt all that stuff. When she goes home, has to adapt to like this mom who is, like, hey, there's a mom here. That's wonderful. But the mom is like, very
invested in like a mystical health.
Yes,
Like,
but also
as,
it's like
you know.
over, like
Is
I'm
overly
gonna,
invested in her daughter's
yes,
life.
I am
Yes.
going to buckle your seatbelt for you.
You're a sophomore in
still.
high school,
That's right.
but yeah, let me take care of that for you.
Yes.
Yes, and then they also have their friend groups that they have to figure
Navigate.
out and all
Yes.
that stuff.
And then there's a guy who's a bully who's the best character in this movie
yes,
by a long shot.
Porty. Porty
Dude,
is
shout
his
out
name.
to Porty.
And Porty is a hero.
He's a star.
Yes,
Porty's a star.
He absolutely is.
Everything he says is funny. His delivery's great.
I'm going to fast forward to Paris Party, if that's
Please
okay
do.
with everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
so the popular girl, there's a new girl. She's been there for a year.
She's kinda
She is now
Aspen.
Taken
Aspen
over.
has taken Sassy
As
She and Sassy went to camp together over the summer, and then in a High School Musical move, she transferred into the school,
Which I love.
And now Aspen and Sassy are best
Absolutely.
friends.
They sing karaoke together. It was wonderful. So, she's throwing this Paris party. Obviously, Ellie has to go to this. Jack in Ellie's body has to go to this. Kind of hits it off with this other girl who's a part of the friend group. I didn't write down her name. I'm sorry, but
Mackenzie?
Yes, but
Sure.
Mackenzie also has a thing for Jack. Guys, don't.
Well,
No,
because
we
what
don't-
happened, so I will briefly go into the part
ahead.
you missed. So Porter is threatening to beat up Jack. He's going to film this video where it looks like Jack is beating him up to get him
Hilarious.
to get him kicked off the hockey team
Of course.
altogether because Dad hates fighting.
and wants a date with Peyton List.
Yeah. And so Porter and Jack or Ellie as Jack meet up for breakfast, and Jack as Ellie, or Ellie, whatever. Jack with Ellie inside.
Just say he. We're saying he there. That's
He.
the pronoun we've chosen. is he.
Great. They're eating donuts, and Jack is just like, "Do you even like hockey?" And Porter's like, "Well, it's the only thing I'm good at." And Jack's like, "Well, you've been passed over for varsity 4 years in a row." And so then Porter's like, "Oh man, the one thing I'm good at, I'm not even good at it."
Convinces him to try STEM.
As he's
Yeah.
building a catapult out of
Nothing.
forks and
Yes.
such. And earlier in the movie, he had been building something out of the pucks on the ice. Like he's built his own scooter.
It runs on soda.
That runs on soda, which is actually kind of cool. Like
You have to pedal.
Porter, patent that, get that out there. So he takes him to the STEM club, which is meeting on a Saturday as it does in the school.
Shut up.
And Porter realizes he loves this. He's not going to do hockey anymore. But while Jack is there, Jack starts talking to Mackenzie because Ellie forgets that she's Jack at the moment, and so
Mackenzie's like, "You're Jack? What's her name?" Like, she's like, "Oh my god."
He's just talking to Mackenzie like, "I forgot how smart you are. We should
You're
do
the
this.
famous boy that can't talk to girls."
We should do this more often." Jack hugs Mackenzie, and so of course Mackenzie's like, "Jack loves me," not realizing that it's Ellie.
Right.
But that's when Mackenzie's crush starts. Is because Jack goes up and hugs her.
Yeah.
Right. And but Jack in Ellie's body, kind of starts talking to her like she's
well,
nice.
Because she and Mackenzie used to be friends. They're all on. I think Mackenzie also does rhythmic gymnastics.
Yeah.
And
they all do. That whole friend group does.
Mackenzie sees that Sassy's being a jerk.
Yeah.
And sees that Ellie needs a friend. And so, Mackenzie's just like the unsung hero of this movie.
She really is. She really is. And so finally finds somebody, a girl that is comfortable talking to her. Yeah. So that's nice. But at this party, it comes out that she is texting Jack. Mm-hmm. And that turns into a whole thing.
Well, because Aspen's like, admit it, you are trying to steal Jack. And at which point, Jack, buddy, you just say, no, we're friends.
Yeah. No, but that's not a thing.
And instead, Ellie says, we're dating.
Yeah. And text Jack, hey, meet at the thing. So
right.
Aspen gets out the group chat, texts both groups of friends, meet at the bridge.
Because all the boys are also hanging out.
That's right.
Game night, baby.
Game night.
Jack's having a blast.
Pizza, chips, the stuff he normally doesn't eat.
One of the best parts was Jack getting Porter to help him break out of his house so he can go to game night, and then Porter just being like, "Oh, so where you going? You go game night with friends? That's fun. Like I'm gonna play games with my mom." And Jack's like, "Buddy, just come with me.
Come to game night."
Yeah,
bro.
it's the best.
Yeah.
I I have friends too. I do things with friends, and I invite them places, and you don't have to invite them places, but I invite my friends places.
Yes. So this is the first time that they get to actually talk to each other in person, and we are given some information. Apparently, Jack as Ellie finds out that the phone is being turned off
on Sunday
at noon. That's how phones work.
That's it.
That's what you need to know.
Sunday at noon.
Sunday
so hard noon
is the shut off
weekend.
So they have to figure out how to swap back before then, because again, we know this, they're totems.
That's right.
We know
it.
And if the totem doesn't work,
and it turns out they have some unresolved issues with their parents.
But that couldn't be it. What it definitely is they both just have to try out for the
Dad's
sport.
got a weird closet shrine, and it's normal. It's a normal closet shrine that you would have. You don't touch it. It's closet shrine.
Well, you don't touch it. You also don't look at it.
That's right. You don't open up closet shrine. Picture in middle. Close all around. Closet shrine. Don't touch it. Don't open.
Ellie tries to leave the house thinking the closet door is the front door, and everyone's like, you opened
the closet shrine?
And he's like, oh, no, I definitely didn't think that this was the door.
I definitely didn't think that this was the front door.
It's not the weird closet shrine.
They think
you have to do well at your thing. You have to make the varsity team.
So training montage.
Overnight.
12 hours later.
They bring in one of the friends who like, hey, here's what's going on. Help us do the thing. And they listen, we're going to work hard. We're going to do this. They go, they do their events. Success.
And they basically act like it's just like this is easy.
Makes the team, saves the rhythmic gymnastics. They come back together with the phones. They do the texting.
No go.
It says, what does it say?
Fail. It says fail over
which
and
is
over
crazy.
Again. Fail.
And so clearly there's something else that's...
What could it be?
Right.
And I would just like to point out that if Aspen's trying to prove that Ellie is just not a good friend for Sassy. She's trying to prove that Sassy needs to leave her. Ellie's uncool. Ellie's awkward. Guys, if you're watching Ellie right now, she is best friends with Jack, and Jack's best friend, whose name I don't know what his name in the show is. His tall friend there.
Tall friend.
But all of a sudden she's hanging out with Porter. Tall friend comes to her meet. Guys, Ellie's not uncool.
No.
Ellie's friends with all of the guys you're trying to date. Be friends with Ellie.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is just a classic, another example of add her to the list of Zendaya and Selena Gomez and all of these just uncool, unkempt high school girls that are just having a tough time.
She doesn't wear a baseball hat, but she does wear her hair in the ponytail.
Yeah.
Because Aspen's like, what are we, 12?
Yeah. Can you believe that she
you
put her hair
have
up?
to wear your hair up for rhythm gymnastics. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
No,
but
it's
then when the guys are
embarrassing.
at game night, they're like, oh, and like Sassy's friend, the one with the ponytail. Like,
Yeah.
is she
Yeah.
the only
It's a
girl
defining
wearing a
trait.
ponytail?
Yeah.
It's her defining
Girls don't
trait.
put their hair up. That's
You
crazy.
don't remember when you were a sophomore and you just weren't allowed to wear ponytails anymore?
So crazy.
They're out. We're not doing it. So they realized.
I mean, it was like, you all remember the movie Mean Girls.
I've heard of it.
That was one of the rules of the plastics. You can only wear your hair up one day a week. But you can still wear it up.
Even the plastics let you do it one day a week.
Yeah.
one day a week.
Yeah.
We only wear
okay.
our hair one day a week.
So
I
they're
guess
not-
you chose today.
So they're not sure what it is, but luckily they kind of just stumble into it because he goes home. His dad basically doesn't tell him that he's proud of him, doesn't tell him that he did a really good job. Like he basically
says, you made the team because everyone else was worse.
right.
Nice.
And so Ellie, as Jack, tells
him
off
off.
his dad and
Yeah.
is like,
Do
"Hey,
you even love me?
That's right.
great little speech."
So really
right?
good speech.
This isn't how you talk to somebody
That's
that
right.
you love.
And the one, I don't love this movie, but her getting to do that for Jack and also getting actually mad at her dad
Right.
at the same time is better than this movie is.
Yeah.
Like, understand that this movie, problematic at best, but them getting to talk to the parent that they don't have as themselves and as the character they embody is really great work.
And I think it would have come through even more if we had like one scene with her,
Something.
with the dad,
Yes.
where the dad isn't listening, the dad, like something like that. Because
it wasn't earned at all, but it was really good.
Because without that, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. But then she has a heart to heart with the mom, which is what he needs. Like, I need to have this heart to heart with my mom. I miss my mom. Has all this whole thing.
Yeah.
And they realize, I guess this must have been it. So they rush to the bridge where they do all of their communicating together. And they say, let's try it. And it works. Swapped back bodies. Good to go. We love it. And he says, I just want you to know I didn't look.
Not at a thing.
She's like, what am I wearing? And he's like, a bathing suit, 2 layers of clothes, and then that outfit.
The only way that I could
And
stop
those
myself
clothes
from looking.
got on my body automatically.
Yes. I didn't look. Close my eyes.
I closed my eyes. Mom came in and dressed me.
That's right.
She thought
And
the
she
4
thought it
layers
was-
of clothes was weird, but
Yeah.
she
She did it
was here
anyway.
for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are now, he has a better relationship with his dad. His dad, when he gets home, his dad is like, you know what, you were right. He's, I
Yeah.
guess, been crying.
He really needed to cry in that scene desperately to make this movie work, and
he couldn't
could
quite
not
get there.
do it.
Yeah, I mean, he does have this nice moment where granted, a bad DCOM dad. He's
Terrible
DCOM dad.
All timer.
I did like that scene in the end where he was just like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to open myself up to all these emotions, so I tried to
course.
push it down, and I thought it would be best for all of us to push it down, because like once you start talking about it, you open yourself up to all this hurt.
Definite redemption
Like-
there for him. Yes.
I would love to see if he then carries that past to the next day.
With
I'm not
therapy.
like saying he's fully like a good DCOM dad now, but
There's redemption there.
it was a good moment. Not earned by this movie, but it was like my favorite 10 minutes of this movie.
Yes. And the reasoning he gave was like it made sense
Yes.
for his character.
Yes.
So good for them.
Yep.
And then the movie ends with those two parents meeting each
And making
other.
eyes.
Making eyes. Maybe they are going to be connected for life. And that was the swap.
swap.
I'll swap.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll break it down some more here on
DCOM
Descendants.
Not our best.
That's all right.
It's
been a long episode.
Better than the first one. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah,
We're-
what happened with that first one,
Yeah,
Britt?
that's on you.
We were great.
Crushed it.
Welcome to DCOM Descendants. Welcome back. We're talking about the swap today. Our second of 2 DCOMs from 2016. Next week will be in 2017
Wow.
for 1 week.
It's been
1 week. Let's get some letterbox reviews about this movie. Haley says, love this Cobra Kai prequel. Anna says, who names their kid Sassy?
Yeah, no, I said it all, take it to the tape. They
Gracie,
had a child and they were like, what if we called her Sassy?
Sassy.
Gracie says, real question, is this canon in the Cobra Kai universe? Asha says, thank God they chopped the salad. And
ridiculous.
Omi says, Porty and Jack, enemies to lovers. Let's share our thoughts on this movie. Aaron, swapped, yay, nay, something in between?
Something in between. The movie started off, and I didn't hate the lead up, and then there was a good 20 to 30 minutes in the movie where I went, I can't believe I'm watching this. And then it kind of comes back around, and I wish I'd been more cohesive in I liked all of it. But Ellie, girl, Sassy's a bad friend.
Terrible
like,
friend.
I'm sorry that the summer happened and you guys grew apart. And I understand, like, girl, to have, like, sophomore year, rough. And now you're dealing with, like, not only has your dad left, but it sounds like up till this point, he's been kind of trying to stay connected. But it sounds like sophomore year, he's just like, nope, my new family matters more. Like, you're dealing with that. Your best friend since kindergarten is no longer your best friend. Like, I know that you're going through a lot.
We have to talk about this. When her and Sassy have that conversation, it's like, I know.
No, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that.
I thought you'd bring it up.
I'm bringing it up right now. I'm bringing it up right now, Daniel. Granted, all that things changes. Sassy's a bad person.
Yeah.
She's not just a bad friend. Like, Aspen comes to town and starts spreading all these rumors about Ellie, and I know that you like she's not your bestie anymore, and you think that popcorn sleepovers are lame. Okay, that's fine. You don't need to bully her. Like, there should be some, like, I've been best friends with this girl for a decade, and as part of that has to, like, come into play. You're at a party that was, like, so nicely decorated and thrown, and it's a really cool party, and you're just out here bullying all these girls, like, changing all their photo booth photos. Like, Sassy, Aspen's a bully, and you're not exempt from that. Like, and then at the end, it's just like they're getting ready to go. Aspen and Sassy are going to the mall, and Sassy walks up to Ellie, and Aspen's just like, "We don't have to bring her to the mall." Like, in front of her,
Yeah.
like, "Okay, Aspen, you learned
Yeah.
nothing.
No. And
You're
Sassy
the
chooses
worst."
her.
And Sassy's like, "Yep, that's my new bestie," and she's just like, "Hey,
they
so
have a
like we're cool, right?" And
Oh my
Ellie's
God.
like, "Yeah, like we'll just keep the memories and move on." No, guys, Sassy's a bad person.
No, you just don't.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, when they're at the bridge meetup.
This is like your anti-vax friend going, why can't we agree to disagree?
Oh my gosh. When they're at the bridge meetup and Jack as Ellie come to the realization that, like, Ellie's trying so hard to keep this friendship, but, like, Sassy's a bad friend, and he kind of starts to tell her off, and then Ellie as Jack is like, "Don't do it." And it's like, listen to your friend. Like, everyone is telling you, everyone from outside this circle, like, Mackenzie's like, Sassy's a bad friend, and Jack is like, Sassy's a bad friend, and Ellie's just like, but, like, is she? Yes, bad friend.
Yes.
And I wish we didn't, I don't know, I just feel like this movie made that behavior seem okay, and it's not
Listen,
okay.
We had some good years.
had some good
You
years.
can have good years with someone, and then they can change, and that can happen, and, like, you don't need to hold on to that friendship in any way. And it is okay when your friend is bullying you to call them out for bullying you. You don't have to be like, well, like, we were friends. No. When they're bullying an entire party of people, you can call out that behavior, which they
Yeah.
started to do. And then
they
Aspen
were
was
like, nah,
like,
this is how
and then
people are.
Aspen flipped it around and was like, well, you're dating Jack behind Sassy's back.
Listen, sometimes it's hard when you're in it to see it, but when another friend tells you, believe that friend.
Yeah. Believe your friends.
Okay. For all the sophomores in high school out there that,
That
are listening to
the
this,
decomdescendants.
that's just some friendly advice.
Yeah, for all those high schoolers out there who are listening to this program
Your
on a Friday
middle
morning.
school friends don't have to be your high school friends.
I always,
It's okay.
like, someone once told me, and I take this to heart with every friendship relationship I have, is that people come into your life for a season, a reason, or lifetime. And it is okay if someone is into your life for your elementary years. Those friendships are important. And then it is okay to meet new people and have new experiences in high school. And then it's okay to go to college and have all new friends.
One thing I do know, Aaron, I've been changed for good. I have been
Don't you do it.
changed for good.
By what?
Friendship.
I thought he was going to say because I knew you, but he didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
Because I knew you.
No. He stopped.
Because
That was his line.
I knew you.
Brand, what'd you think of the movie?
Are you done?
Oh yeah, so I do really like the, you know, at the end where, you know, Jack tells off the dad. You know, that was, for me, was my favorite part. And I'm glad that, you know, Jack as Ellie had a moment with the mom. But, like, I also really wish there had been, like, I wish at some point once they had swapped back, you know, they get back in the car and Ellie's mom starts to buckle her in. Ellie goes, "I've got it." I do wish there had been a bit more.
This is my fight song.
I wish, I'm glad we had.
God damn it! I can buckle my own seat.
What if the mom
I
was like,
love that,
finally?
like the you know, Jack and his dad, I felt like they had this great emotional arc where it's like he got to say all the things that like he should have said.
Yes.
And then the dad came around and was like,
You're right.
And we're going to
the
change.
mom's just like, she's growing up.
And then like, I feel like Ellie kind of gets out her feelings about her dad, and that's great. But girl, you can't see it. You're also having mom issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom is obsessed with you.
Yep.
And like, I wish there had been some kind of, like, she does kind of say like, you need to go live your own life, but it's like, I don't know. There
wasn't as big a
Ellie's
moment.
storyline, I feel like just didn't hit, and maybe I'm just reading too much into it because I'm also, I mean, my mom was never obsessed with me in that way, so like I was able to lead a life, but I just wish there had been like something there where it was like, that's also not good.
Yeah.
Your dad is absent and your mom is very present.
I like this movie. I do think that my suspicion is there were a few too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many.
There are a lot of
Too many
producers on this movie, and I think that that's likely is what led to some of these like cohesion issues that are in this movie. I think that this movie is another one of those DCOMs that's like a couple of subtle changes away from being a really solid DCOM. There's a lot, like I like these two characters are fun. The body swap obviously is fun. It's close to being a really fun movie, and instead is as the sophomores say, a bit mid for me, which is disappointing because I do think there's a lot to like here, but there's also like just some things that are like, why did you decide to go this route with?
I think it's really hard to have that emotional ending that isn't really felt throughout the rest of the movie.
Right. So an okay for me, and but I wish that I liked it more than I did. Dano?
So I would say the reverse. I would say that sometimes we watch these movies and we go, there's a good movie in here, and then there's 20 minutes that need to be cut out. This movie, there's a bad movie in here, and then there's about 20 minutes that really needs to be celebrated. I think the Porty character, that guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's hilarious. He's really funny. I think the two leads are more than capable, and I think the scene at the end where they get to talk to in the character that needs to say the thing to their parent, but also to their absentee parent at the same time, I think is a better idea than this movie really deserves. The problem is that I think in our, as we've progressed as a culture to like really recognize gender fluidity and the spectrum of gender and sexuality, this movie just doesn't age very well. This idea that you don't know what boys go through, and then it's just grunts and farts and laughs and whatever, and then you don't know what girls go through, and it's just bullying and what do you wear, and then all they really learn about that is that I guess boys can cry. It's just really like, it's antiquated and it's not great. It's not, like you said, at the end of this movie, the bully, the thing that needs to be addressed is just like, that's how girls are. And if that girl wants to do that, she can be friends with them. And they're just as good as you. And that's fine.
Like
that's
everyone's
terrible.
so focused on Sassy,
right.
and it's like, Aspen is a bully.
Like what? Like or Jack still made the hockey team, and still what was important, even though Dad learned to show emotion, like hockey was still it leans into a very binary, stereotypical, and the thing is most of these DCOMs that tackle these issues have aged really well. Like most of the ones we've watched, whether it's Bad Hair Day or whether it's Cloud9, like these. Like feel like they're really on the forefront of like how to teach teenagers or tweens or kids about feminism or about what it means to live and be yourself. This movie doesn't feel that way. This movie feels like a weird, almost would have been better as an R-rated body swap comedy like The Change Up or The Hot Chick or one of those movies than it does a Disney 17 again or 13 going on 30 or movies where you also have some body swapping or body like, I guess, changing, if you will. So it just never works. And then, unfortunately, it's got good leads in about 20 minutes that I really liked, but I really kind of hated the rest of it. It is an entertaining mess, though. It's, you know what I mean? It's like a movie that is not good, but it's not a movie that goes by slow or drags. And so that's why I think it won't end up in the bottom of my list, because I do think it is entertaining and there is 20 minutes to be celebrated. The rest of it, though, is unfortunate. Yeah,
I do love that, like, I mean, granted, I don't necessarily think that Jack had to cut his hair. I do think he needed to wash that wig.
Yeah.
He took off that helmet and everyone was like, look at your hair. And I was like, it's not that it's long. It's barely long. It just looks like it has been washed or brushed in about a month. And that's what we should focus on. Instead, we just take the wig off and he's got short hair and it's great. The problem with Ellie is they take her hair out of the ponytail and put her in a skirt. And when they walk in the bridge, Ellie as Jack goes, wow, I'm kind of pretty. Girl, you are always pretty.
Yeah. It's that, like, that was real bad. But also the high school boys only talk in nicknames and codes is hysterical. Like, you're giving high school boys way too much credit. You give high school boys way too much credit. They don't have that many different nicknames in the chamber. Yeah, do they rely on 6 nicknames for their favorite foods and friends? Sure. Everything is not everything isn't a nickname. Yep. They would not have 4 nicknames for cutting your hair. They just wouldn't do it.
Chop salad.
That was one, but they say like 3 others. And it's like, guys, you're like, it's just not how like all of it was, this is how we think these 2 genders act, and let's like really it just doesn't.
See, what would happen is, in the hockey culture, you for sure have a nickname.
Yes.
And then your other friends who aren't in hockey call you that because everyone else calls you that. You have one nickname.
Yes. Easy.
Dan, I do have good news. We will see the actor of Porty again, James Godfrey.
What's he in?
He's in
we
Zombies.
will see him in all the zombie movies as Bonzo.
He's Bonzo, so he gets to do nothing in those movies.
Literally.
You will
not hear him say another actual word, but
he only speaks in zombie. He refuses to learn English.
Yes, but you will see him.
Great. Can't wait.
He just said he's hungry.
That everyone, I love it.
I've seen Zombies so many times, guys. You don't even know. You don't even know what's coming for you during that Take It to the Tape, but I know every word to all the songs.
It's Bonzo. All right, let's make our list. Let's check it twice. Where is this movie going to land?
Who knows?
On our list of 101 Dalmatians and DCOMs.
Nice.
Thanks, dude. Disney borrows from Disney, you know what I mean? Aaron?
Just because they released 101 movies, Disney borrows from Disney.
That's right.
I have this movie coming in at 63. We were kind of talking about like Zapped.
Yep.
And I do like this movie. I think Zendaya is a better actor, but the premise of Zapped is really hard to get behind. So I was like, so when I was ranking this movie, that's where I started, and then was just kind of like, where do I think it falls? So for me, it is ahead of Life is Rough, and behind Up, Up and Away.
Okay.
So
right,
that's where I have that movie. Sorry, and my top 10 hasn't changed.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's my first week. I'm new here. Number 10, Smart House. 9, Teen Beach Movie. 8, Johnny Tsunami. 7, Right on Track. 6, Cadet Kelly. 5, Cloud 9. 4, High School Musical. 3, Lemonade Mouth. 2, Descendants. And 1, Brink. Just kidding. Motocross.
Got him. Top 5 Cloud 9 is wild.
That's messed up. I have.
She won feminism.
She won the gold medal of feminism.
I just keep thinking about that movie, and I'm like, you know what? It's not a movie where like I cringe about it. It's a movie where it was funny, and I love that she just kind of
positive.
Like she just kind of like owned it, and she was like, "I'm better than all of you," and I was like, "Yeah, you are."
Yeah, you are. I have the song. I said it was mid, and it is.
It makes the top 10 for her attitude.
There you go. It's an attitude top 10. I have the swap coming in at 52. Right around like Johnny Kalpahala Back on Board and Frenemies and movies like that. For me, my top 10 is Cadet Kelly, Cloud 9 at 9, obviously. This is where
I have it at 18, and I feel like that's a lot of respect for that movie.
Get a Clue at 8, High School Musical at 7, Motocross at 6, Johnny Tsunami at 5, High School Musical 2 at 4, Teen Beach Movie at 3, The Greatest Movie of Our Time at 8 Time, Brink at 2, and Lemonade Mouth at 1.
So you had 63 and you had 52 for the movie. I have 53 for the movie. So all really in the same spot. They're one ahead of Jump In, that weird jump rope movie, and one behind Double Team.
Push it.
Yeah.
To the limit.
In it to win it.
Yeah.
In it to win it. Oh yeah.
Thank God. Thank God we did that. Top 10, Scream Team, Get a Clue, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, Phantom of the Megaplex, Johnny Tsunami, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, The Descendants, Lemonade Mouth, Cadet Kelly, #1 Motocross.
Motocross.
Next week,
Descendants 2.
We're skipping
Right?
Tangled. We're going to Descendants 2. So come on back
Chilling
for that.
like
And
a
Bryn,
villain.
you still haven't seen this one?
Still have not
I'm
seen
excited.
this
I'm
one.
excited.
I've seen them all. Actually, they watched Rise of Red without me while I was watching some March Madness. So I've not seen Rise of Red, but they have seen. I've seen the other two.
Well, there you go. All right, come on back
All
for
right.
that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, keep
watching the DCOM all day. DCOM Descendants is a Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray and that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on the show, DCOMpodcast.com, at DCOM Descendants on the Instagram. Go to BrambleJamPlus.com and you can get this podcast and every episode of DCOM Descendants completely ad-free and so much more there with bonus content. And also leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. We're at 200. Let's get to 300.